Alright guys, what's up? This is Brooklyn Prepper. I got a couple of, PMs and comments and everything asking me about my little drink I make in the morning. I mentioned it in the video at the Get Out Safe store. I was explaining to people in the audience of what actually I do. So I figured, instead of typing away, I'm going to show you, right? What I do, I start off, by the way, this stuff here, I do it every morning, right? It will keep you healthy. It will keep you from getting colds and the flu and everything else, in my opinion. I'm not a doctor and I'm not pretending to be one, but that's just my opinion, right? I'm not saying that you're never going to get sick again, because I have caught this year a bout of the flu, right? And a lot of people say, oh, look, you eat so healthy and everything like that, and you got the flu. No, I haven't got the flu in 15 years, right? So if this stuff puts the flu off for 15 years, I'm good for another 15 years. So anyway, I'm saying, long story short, pay attention to me. Long story short is this stuff really helps you, along with a good diet, exercising, and a good mindset and a healthy mind. And if you're thinking good thoughts and you're conducting yourself as a good, happy person through life, that's one of the biggest keys of living healthy, right? Is just a healthy mindset. Just conduct yourself as a good human being, right? Laugh, love, run around, be silly. That's your best medicine also. But what I find out is taking this stuff, and you could be lazy, you could wake up in the morning and just chug some Mountain Dew down if you want, and then you're thinking you're going to be healthy. It's not going to work out. This takes a little bit of effort. I usually chop this all up the night before I go to bed, and I put it in a little Tupperware so I have it all ready. Look how beautiful and colorful that is, right? So what I do, I take this drink every morning, and it does, and I could swear by it. Like I said, I had a bout with the flu this year. The last time I had the flu was like 15 years ago. So I know it's working, right? And when I did have the flu, I didn't take aspirins. I didn't take penicillin, ampicillin, antivirals, anything like that. I took this. I just doubled it up, right? So when I was sick, I would take this drink maybe 2 to 3 times a day instead of once a day, and I was better. In a few days, 4 days, 5 days, I was back at work feeling just as good as I did before I got sick. It didn't linger on, and the cold and the sniffling, it all just went away. So I hit myself heavy once I did have the flu, right? So anyway, what I do is I got a carrot, I got some oranges, an apple. You could choose any kind of fruit you want, but mix it up. Put a lot of fruit into your diet. And what I do here, like step by step, I take with the skins on, I keep the skins on, right? I throw my apples in there, I throw my oranges in there, and I throw my carrots in there, right? Simple as that. I got that. What I do, like the elderberry, this is elderberry concentrate, which if you have the elderberry plant in your area, make sure you research it. Don't get it confused with other plants that can make you sick. But look on the internet. You can find pictures, and they're almost impossible to miss. They grow along the roadsides and everything. And when you're up in the woods, you don't necessarily got to have a house up in the mountains to get elderberries. If you take trips up into the mountains or take a weekend trip, you could gather a lot, right? And just make yourself your own syrup. There's plenty of recipes online to how to make the syrup. You know what? Next year, next fall, when I harvest the elderberries, I'm going to do a detailed video on how to make the syrup, okay? But until then, there are other videos out there. That's how I learned, by watching a video. All right, so I take 1 tablespoon of my elderberry secret potion. I put it in there with that, right? I take my Bragg's apple cider vinegar with the mother of all mother stuff that lays on the bottom. That stuff that floats around with, like, unhealthy people look at and say, "Oh, what is that on the bottom? That's disgusting." You know what? That's what you want in your drink. All right, so what I do right now for my drink, I'll throw 2 of these bad boys in there. All right. With the carrots, it actually makes it taste like a salad. So I throw 2 of those in there. All right. I throw some my raw blue agave. I can never say it right? This is great stuff. It's like a sweetener, but it's not only that it's a sweetener, it's organic. I always use organic stuff. All my fruits and vegetables are organic. So you might want to start thinking about crossing the lines to organic. I know a lot of people up there say, there's no difference. Now what? Do your research. There's a big difference between organic and non-organic. And I'm not going to sit here and preach to you about it, but if you want to be silly and think there's not, that's up to you. There's a big difference, right? And a lot of people say, well, it's a lot more money, right? A lot more money. Is my health worth the couple of extra bucks I have to pay at the register? I think so. It's you're either going to pay to eat well and eat organic at the register, or you're going to pay hospital bills and pharmaceutical medicine bills, right? So I'd rather eat healthy and avoid that whole pharmaceutical industry. All right, so what I do, I just take this, I put a little bit in there to sweeten it up a little bit. Simple, my friends. And I throw some water in there, right? And what I have here, let me just get this out of the way. Hold on. Let me get rid of that. I'm making a mess here. Make my wife happy. What I have here, this is called the Vitamix, right? This is the blender I use. I mean, it liquefies this stuff in no time, right? It's the Vitamix. If you look them up online, I got mine on Amazon, I believe. I ordered it through, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember. I got it a while ago. But a great, great machine. They are pricey. All right, just give you a warning. If you could go on Craigslist or somebody who wanted to be healthy and decided not to be healthy and was looking to sell theirs used, that's your best bet. But they are pricey. They could run you a pretty penny. I forget how much I paid for this, but it was almost like $400, I think. Right? But check them out. It's well worth every penny because I use it constantly. But you might be able to find them on Craigslist and everything for a little bit cheaper. Right, so that's what I got there. I put some water, I got all my fruits and vegetables in there, I got my elderberry concentrate, and I got my apple cider vinegar, Bragg's organic, with the mother of all mother stuff, whatever, the slimy stuff. All right, guys, I'm going to blend it up. Hold on. Alright guys, so what I did for you in this video, I figured I'd break out my fine china. You know, it's the best china I got in my house. You know, and I'm going to pour some juice. And there you go guys. A nice orange powerhouse whoop-ass drink. Alright, great for your immune system, helps keep you healthy through your day, boost your energy, everything else, and all that good baloney. All right, guys, so I hope I explained it good enough to you guys because a lot of people have been asking me about this drink I make in the morning, and that's it. It's as simple as that. Cut some fruit up the night before. You got 2 tablespoons of the vinegar, right? A little bit of the sweetener, right? And the elderberry concentrate. You know, the elderberry syrup you can make, or you can buy in the stores online. But make sure you get it organic. All right, organic or schmanic organic. That's why are you eating organic? Why? Because I live longer. Live for today, prep for tomorrow.